Hello, I'm Dr. Stephen Myers, and today I want to look at the 12 Gemstones of New Jerusalem, what they actually are. The gemstones or foundation stones of New Jerusalem are found in the book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verses 19 and 20. And we want to look at the first foundation stone. It says is jasper. The walls of New Jerusalem are also made of jasper. The New Jerusalem's brilliance was like jasper, clear as crystal, probably like the brilliant blue sky. Notice the jasper is transparent and not opaque. This translucent jasper is different than our modern day opaque jasper. In Revelation chapter 4, John is taken up into heaven where he sees a throne with one sitting on it who has the appearance of jasper and carnelian like the dawn of day. According to Pliny, the elder, the ancient jasper referred to a translucent chalcedony. There are different colors of jasper. Jasper from Persia is like the blue sky and is called azure, meaning blue sky. And the jasper in the book of Revelation most likely is referring to the beautiful translucent blue chalcedony called Arizona by Pliny, and represents the brilliant blue sky. According to Mesopotamian texts, the lowest heaven was made of jasper from the stars etched in its surface. The second foundation stone, it is the Greek word sapphires, or sapphires in Latin, from which we get our English word sapphire. It does not refer to our modern day sapphire stone, but in ancient times it referred to lapis lazuli, which is a very beautiful deep blue color. Lapis lazuli contains small specks of golden pyrite. Today's sapphire is completely different from that of lapis lazuli. Modern sapphire was not known until the Hellenistic period. The word zuli comes from the Persian word which means sky or heaven. So it is a stone from heaven. In antiquity, into the Middle Ages, sapphire referred to lapis lazuli, but it could also refer to any blue stone. In the early 19th century, the description and definition of sapphire was changed to refer to our modern day blue conundrum or sapphire stone. In Exodus chapter 24:10 it states, "And they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet as it were paved work of sapphire stone, and as it were the body of heaven in his clearness." In this verse, God stands on the heavenly floor made of lapis lazuli. In ancient times, people thought that the dome of the sky was a solid firmament, as in Genesis 1:6, and partly made of lapis lazuli. The golden flecks of pyrite in the lapis were thought to be the stars of heaven. In Jewish legends, the rod of Moses was made of lapis that he received from Jethro, which was originally given to Adam when he was kicked out of the Garden of Eden and created by God in the dusk of the first Sabbath. According to the Talmud and Mishnah, the tablets that Moses brought down from the mountain were made of lapis lazuli taken from the pavement under the throne of heaven. The two tablets were said to be 6 handbreadths long, so how wide your hand is, and 6 wide, 6 tall, and 3 thick. Legend says that the angel of the Lord gave King Solomon a ring of lapis lazuli so he could control legions of demons to build his temple. You see some of those big, huge stones there. They thought, wow, how could people move that? So they thought Solomon must have controlled the demons to move these huge stones that you can still see today in Jerusalem. The Testament of Solomon says that the archangel Michael gave Solomon a ring that had a seal engraved on it, a precious stone. Josephus is the first to make mention of this ring. One of the most famous medieval works was the Key of Solomon, which was believed to be the key to unlock the mystery of the magical arts. Rabbis preserve a tradition that Hezekiah hid this book of Solomon. According to the tractate Gittim in 68a of the Talmud, the ring was engraved with the divine name of God. King Solomon ring creation you can see over to the right there. In the Middle Ages, lapis was ground into powder and mixed with oil to make an intense blue paint called ultramarine or royal blue for use on illuminated manuscripts. The lapis powder was also used for medical cures. And on the ring on the right there, it's written the name of God, the Tetragrammaton, in Paleo-Hebrew. The third foundation stone is the Greek word Chalcedon, or Latin Chalcedon, from which we get the word chalcedony. That probably refers to the dark green or blue stone chrysocolla today. This green-blue color comes from the copper that's in the stone. Today, chalcedony refers to a translucent variety of microcrystalline quartz that occurs in a range of colors, but in ancient times it refers to the green-blue stone from Chalcedon called chrysocolla today. At first, scholars thought that Chalcedon referred to the city of Carthage, but now I think it refers to the city of Chalcedon in Turkey. Just off the coast of Chalcedon is the island of Nemonethus, also called Helki, where copper was mined in ancient times. The Greek word for copper is helkos. Today, this island is called Heberlida, which is part of the Prince Islands where kings were exiled during the Byzantine and Ottoman empires. The fourth foundation stone of New Jerusalem is the emerald, green beryl. The fourth foundation stone is the Greek word samaragdus, which is a green stone. Pliny the Elder mentions 12 different green stones called smaragdus. Theophrastus refers to false samaragdus found in copper mines, which must clearly mean malachite. True emeralds were first discovered and mined in Egypt during the Ptolemaic period. Here in the New Testament, smaragdus probably refers to our modern emerald that you can see on the right there. The eastern desert of Egypt near the Red Sea, known in antiquity as Mons Samargas, by the Romans, is the only place in the Roman Empire where emeralds were mined. There's a legend that the Table of Solomon was a slab of flawless emerald embroidered with rolls of pearl with gem-studded gold feet. It supposedly had supernatural powers. It was removed from Jerusalem by the armies of Vespasian and taken back to Rome and put in the Temple of Peace. There's a table pictured on the Arch of Titus in Rome, but this is probably the table of showbread from Herod's temple. The fifth foundation stone is from the Greek word sardonyx, which is a red or orange color with white stripes. The Greek word is a combination of sard, meaning red, and onyx, meaning striped. The red part would be carnelian. Juvenal, a Roman poet, in his satire tells how Roman lawyers had to appear rich, so they would rent costly sardonyx rings to show off so they appeared to be very rich, and you'd want to hire them as lawyers. Pliny also tells the famous story about the very rich Polycrates of Samos, who threw his ring with an sardonyx stone into the sea to appease the fates. A fish swallowed the ring, and the fish was later caught by a servant and served to Polycrates, who found his ring that he threw into the water. This was a very bad omen of ill will. This sardonyx stone was set in a golden horn and displayed in the Temple of Peace in Rome. This is the same Temple of Peace where the spoils from Jerusalem's temple were placed. The sixth foundation stone is from the Greek word sardion, from which we get the English word sard. It refers to the dark red-orange carnelian stone, as you can see on the right here. Ancient craftsmen would heat up certain stones to bring out the deep color of the stone, like carnelian stones, to make it a deeper red color. The Greek sardion was a general name for red chalcedon, or red translucent quartz. The red color is due to the small amounts of iron oxide in the quartz. Theophrastus distinguishes two types of sardion, the red-orange carnelian and the sard of a deep brownish red translucent quartz that looks like blood red when light shines through it. Pliny the Elder divides the sard into male and female. The shiny sards are male, and the dull ones are female. Carnelian was used in ancient Egypt for a cylinder seal, since wax would not easily stick to it. It was one of the most used stones in ancient Egypt. The sard is also highly prized in Plato's Phaedos, describing stones of heaven that are found on earth. The seventh foundation stone is the Greek word chrysolithos, or chrysolite, literally meaning golden stone. Today, chrysolite refers to peridot, but in ancient times it was a yellow stone, probably citrine, or else it would be yellow, a yellow quartz, like a yellow carnelian. In ancient Egypt, they would heat the amethyst to produce citrine. This might have led to the later alchemist ideas that you could change stones into gold, making a purple amethyst turn into a gold stone. Pliny states that clitoris was bright golden transparent stone that came from Ethiopia. Preference over this variety, however, goes to the Indian, and if the color is uniform to the Tiberian stones. The Tiberia lived in the southern coast of the Black Sea. The 10th stone of Aaron's breastplate is called Tarshish, which the Septuagint translate as crystallite, golden stone. Harl suggests that the crystallite in the LXX, which was the Septuagint, would be a yellowish carnelian, because there is no archaeological evidence for citrine prior to the 1st century BC. The 8th foundation stone is from the Greek word berylos, from which we get the English word beryl, which is sea green or blue in color in ancient times and called aquamarine today. From the Latin aqua and marine, meaning sea water. The word beryl today can refer to the emerald, which is green, the helidor, yellow, or the aquamarine, blue. And you can see in the picture there the different colors. They're all beryl, but just different colors with different impurities giving them that color. Beryl is a mineral composed of beryllium and aluminum, 40 chrysolites. Beryl here is most likely the sea green beryl called aquamarine today. Pliny states that most highly esteemed beryls are those that reproduce the pure green of the sea. He describes it as lovely aquamarine, which seems to have come from some mermaid's treasure house, supposedly, in the depths of the summer sea. The beryl was the favorite stone used for magical amulets. In Herodotus, it's called the Stone of Zeus. Strabo, and the Greek geographer, wrote about Arabia in his book Geographica, and is said to have also that the emerald and the beryl are found in gold mines. According to Posidonius, an Ophrys salt is found in Arabia. Beryl is said to be an excellent cure for eye disease, supposedly. Romans believed that a sea green beryl would protect them from the perils of the sea. During the Middle Ages, beryl was the most popular oracle stone. The ninth foundational stone of New Jerusalem is the Greek word topazion, from which we get the English word topaz. But ancient topaz, peridot, is totally different than our modern topaz. The Latin Vulgate translate topazios, which refers to peridot. The King James Version translates the stone as topaz. Topazion is a greenish yellow gem quality stone of olivine, which was discovered during the time of Ptolemy II on the island of Topazion in the Red Sea. The island Topazos was called St. John's Island in the Middle Ages and is called Zabagad today. Pliny the Elder relates that some pirates, Trigonauts, came ashore on the Topazion Island, and because of their hunger, they started digging in the roots and found peridot. Juba states that the island is fog-bound, so sailors have to search for it, and that is why it is called Topazion, for in the Talagai language, Topazion means to seek, according to Pliny. Juba goes on to say that the first stone from the island was given to Queen Bernice, the mother of Ptolemy II, as a gift. According to Ptolemy, peridot was the largest of gemstones. According to Strabo, the peridot was marked by placing a vessel over it at night because of its glow, and then they would dig it up in the light of day. Guards were stationed to protect the site and oversee the collection of peridot. In 1737 in Germany, John Haeckel discovered modern topaz mineral and misnamed it topaz, thinking it was the ancient topaz stone peridot because it came from the island of Tamaras off of Sri Lanka, which is off the coast of India. It was called topazios by Alexander Poyster because supposedly ancient topaz came from there. So there was a misunderstanding of the topaz from India as being the same topaz of ancient times, but that isn't true. And here you can see at the bottom the island of Zabagad in the Red Sea. The 10th foundation stone of New Jerusalem is the Greek word chrysophas, from which we get the English word chrysophase, a apple green, beautiful color stone that refers to the green chalcedony translucent stone that you can see at the bottom right. Chrysophas is very beautiful, translucent apple green that can gleam when held up to the sunlight. The color is due to small amounts of nickel. It is found only in serpentinite and was used from the pre-dynastic period to the Roman period in Egypt. Christophos is derived from the Greek meaning golden stone. It is often mistaken for jade or for emerald. Christophos was brought to Europe by crusaders who claimed it was emerald. Cups of Christophos have been found in various European churches and cathedrals, and some were claimed to be the Holy Grail at one time or another. The 11th foundation stone is from the Greek word hyacinthos, which we get the English word hyacinth, which was due to the dark blue color in ancient times. The avatidal form is found in Revelation 9, verse 17. The Hebrew word for blue used in the making of Aaron's garments in Exodus 28 is translated eukantos by the Septuagint, showing that the color blue is meant. Josephus, in his Jewish Antiquities, describes Aaron's breastplate with rings being at the corners and blue thread or cloth passed through the rings to hold it together. This blue thread is also used for stitching to prevent sagging. In the Testament of Solomon, chapter 21, the Queen of Sheba is given a tour of Solomon's temple. In the Holy of Holies, she sees 200 gems glittering from the various ornaments of the lamps. And the lamps also were decorated with emeralds, hyacinth, and lapis lazuli. I suggest that sodalite might be the best candidate for this stone, but it could be the modern sapphire stone we know today. The 12th foundation stone of New Jerusalem is the Greek word amethystos, from which we get the English word amethyst, a purple quartz stone. Amethyst, which means not drunken, was used to prevent intoxication in ancient times. The King James also translates the stone amethyst. Amethyst has been described as the color of deep red wine. Ancient Greeks and Romans believed that amethyst would prevent you from getting drunk. Legend tells the story of a beautiful maiden on her way to the temple of Diana. The god of wine, Bacchus, became angry and sent his tigers after amethyst. The goddess intervened and turned her into clear crystal. Bacchus had remorse, and to atone, he poured wine over the clear stone, staining it purple. This explains why the stone amethyst is like deep red wine in color. The Greeks would have cups made of amethyst. When one pours water into the cup of amethyst, it looks just like wine. One could drink it and never get drunk. Of course, they're pouring water in it instead of wine. Cleopatra is said to have a signet ring made of amethyst. Some early Christians believed that amethyst alluded to the wounds and suffering of Christ and could heal you. Goblets of amethyst were used in the Christian Mass, which were associated with wine turning into Christ's blood. St. Valentine was said to wear an amethyst ring, symbolizing true, deep love. In medieval times, European soldiers wore amethyst amulets to protect themselves in battle and believed that the amethyst could heal them if they were injured. So we have briefly gone through all the 12 stones in the book of Revelation, chapter 21, 19 through 20, describing New Jerusalem. And let's review it. The first stone, jasper, was a blue chalcedony stone. The second one, sapphire, not our modern day sapphire, but a blue color referring to lapis lazuli. And then you have chalcedon. Chalcedony, probably the dark green or blue Christocola stone today. And smaragdus would be emerald green stone. Then you have sardonyx, which is red and orange banded, white banded stone. And then the sixth stone is sard, a reddish orange carnelian stone. Then the seventh stone, chrysalis, literally meaning golden stone, probably citrine. And then 8 is a beryl, a sea green or blue in color, called aquamarine today. The ninth stone, topazion, or topaz, but not our modern topaz. This comes from the island of Topazion, from which beautiful peridot is obtained. Then the 10th stone, Christophos, is very beautiful apple green in color. And then the hyacinth, number 11, foundation stone, was dark blue in color, probably sodalite. Then our final 12th stone, amethyst, a very beautiful purple in color. So there we have all the 12 different foundation stones. It's a rainbow of color. Thank you for listening. I do have a whole book that I've written about it. I don't know if you can see it very well here. And then also I make these gemstones that I put in a little case here, and you can buy these as well as the book. Thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe and like, and then our website, BibleandScience.com, you can go to, and below there should be other information where you can click on a link to get the book and get the gemstone set. I'll put that below as well. Thank you very much.